When my voice box is fixed, I'll finally get my chance.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we'll be looking at baddies from Pixar movies with origin stories that made us feel for them. Since we will be discussing plot points, a spoiler alert is in effect.
I learned an important lesson. You can't count on anyone, especially your heroes.
Number 20. Al McWhiggin, Toy Story 2. The Al's Toy Barn proprietor admittedly crosses a line when he steals Woody. We can't say that Al had a good reason, but we can see what drove him to this point.
My little cowboy friend are gonna make me big bucks.
The guy has spent who knows how long accumulating the ultimate Woody's Roundup collection. Although the most crucial piece of merchandise was missing, having finally found Woody himself, Al can cash in and collect a huge payday. Al doesn't have much else going for him.
I can't miss this flight. I gotta pack. All right, let's see. Wallet, keys, tickets, passport, beef jerky, very expensive over there. Shower. Oh, I can skip the shower. I just gotta get out of here now.
He clearly isn't content running his toy store, and he comes home to a lonely apartment where he falls asleep in front of the TV every night. Once Woody and the gang get lost in transit, Al crawls back to his pathetic life, selling toys at discounted prices.
Welcome to Al's Toy Barn. We've got the lowest prices in town. Everything for a buck.
Number 19. Chef Skinner, Ratatouille. Cooking is Remy's passion, and he's the cleanest rat who will ever prepare your meal. That said, he's still a rat. Sorry, but if given a choice between a meal from Remy or Skinner, we're going with the human.
I can't be constantly checking for a yes or no handshake from a rat.
The rat! I saw it!
Rat?
Yes, a rat!
While lacking Remy's innovation, Skinner is a gifted chef, hence why he's set to inherit Gusteau's business. Even if Skinner is temperamental and a sellout, he worked hard to get where he is.
I have in mind a simple arrangement. You will create for me a new line of Chef Skinner frozen foods, and I, in return, will not kill you.
Yet it's all taken away when Gusteau's illegitimate son arrives. Everything Skinner earned disappears because of a nepo baby and a rat. While we can't get on board with Skinner kidnapping Remy and planning to use him for profit, calling the health inspector is what any responsible chef would do.
Yes, Inspector.
I wish to report a rat infestation. It's taken over my Gusteau's restaurant.
Gusteau's, eh? I can drop by.
Number 18. Otto, Wally. Otto has been the true captain of the Axiom since it departed Earth. When Wally and Eve bring back evidence that the abandoned planet can sustain human life again, Otto attempts to prevent the truth from coming out.
Contains no specimen. Rogue's memory is faulty.
So then, we're not going to Earth.
Negative.
I guess things go back to normal, huh?
Correct, Captain.
While this makes Otto an antagonist, it doesn't have much choice in the matter. This AI is following its directive to ensure humans survive. Humans were greedy and lazy, programming literal autopilots to do all the work for them. They allowed Earth to become uninhabitable, instructing autopilots never to return. Although things have changed, Otto can't process this.
Give me the plan.
Tell me what's classified.
The plan.
Tell me, Otto! That's an order!
We can't blame Otto, being a human-made creation. AI is flawed, but that's largely because humans over-rely on it and use it carelessly. Otto is a prime example.
I can't just sit here and do nothing. That's all I've ever done. That's all anyone on this blasted ship has ever done. Nothing!
On the Axiom, you will survive.
I don't want to survive! I want to live!
Must follow my directive.
Number 17. Mini Buzz Lightyear, Small Fry. In this short, Buzz Lightyear finds himself replaced with a doppelganger. Not the first time that's happened, although this one is much punier.
See? I told you we're never gonna get played with.
But we're just here to sell chicken.
Hey, wait a minute. I think I just found our ticket to playtime.
Mini Buzz Lightyear has spent his existence in a display case, standing little chance of going home with a kid. We understand why he'd want more out of life, even if trying to steal the real Buzz's identity was a step too far.
Listen, about this playtime...
Playtime? Hey, I'll be the cowboy.
Hey, come back here!
Get along, little piggy!
Could somebody tackle him, please?
Playtime is your friend! Ooh.
Thank you.
His plan is also flawed, as nobody buys his shrunken down in the ball pit story. except for Rex. Regardless, he's a toy. It's in his nature to want to play. Sadly, that doesn't seem to be in the cards, being sent to Poultry Palace. At least Mini Buzz finds a support group that helps him feel less small.
I've done some things that I'm not proud of. I've spent a lot of playtime thinking I was the prize that came with the meal. But with the help of my sponsor, I know now that the real prize is inside of each and every one of us.
Number 16. Terry, Soul. Terry is the Great Beyond's equivalent of an accountant, counting souls. It's not the most exciting or glamorous job, but it's the one that Terry takes great pride in.
It's 105.2 souls per minute, Jerry. 1.75 souls per second. And I count every single one of them.
Yep, I'm aware.
It's my job to keep track of this stuff, Jerry.
As such, Terry is just doing her job when Joe tries to beat the system, convinced that his exit from Earth was premature. Terry gets little help and even less respect from the Jerrys, who generally see her as a bureaucratic nuisance.
Look, you all are the ones who beefed it. I'm trying to unbeef it.
But you cannot be seen
by anyone.
Don't worry. I'll make sure no one else sees me. I'll move among the shadows like a ninja.
Please, just do it quickly and quietly.
Considering how easily Joe slipped past everyone else, though, Terry is obviously the only one taking her duties 100% seriously. Maybe too seriously, as she doesn't seem to have much of a social life. She can only see the universe in numbers. Some may find that sad, but it's her spark.
I'm happy to accept this very special award I requested, but that I absolutely deserve.
Number 15. Lord Grigon, Elio. Everyone trembles at the sight of Lord Grigon, from his subjects to the other aliens he seeks to join. If he can't join them, Grigon will gladly rule them. Like the titular Elio, Grigon is an outsider who feels like he doesn't belong.
Those communiverse weaklings look at me like some kind of monster. How dare they reject me?
The difference between the two is that Grigon hides his insecurities behind armor, threats, and physical violence. He's basically a schoolyard tormentor who pushes the other kids into submission to mask his own shortcomings.
Let me remind you who you are dealing with. I am Grigon, Blood Emperor of Hylug, Scourge of the Crab Nebula, and a great father, Paul!
Just as Grigon faces rejection from the communiverse, his son, Glorden, feels unwanted by his own father. Love is a universal language that even Glorden can understand, however. By the end, Grigon shows that behind his monstrous appearance is a loving father no longer afraid to show vulnerability. Number 14. Ming Lee, Turning Red. We have a hard time calling Ming Lee a straight-up villain, as she is a loving mother who just wants to keep her daughter safe.
You're just a child. I thought if I watched you like a hawk, I'd see the signs and be able to prepare. But it's going to be fine. I overcame it, and you will too.
To say that Ming Lee is overprotective would be an understatement, however. Her constant micromanaging risks turning Mei into a social pariah. To be fair, Ming evidently grew up with her own mommy issues.
Ming, this is a critical time. Mei Mei needs a strong hand, now more than ever. Don't let her out of your sight.
I won't, Mother.
There's a cycle of repression in this family that might finally end with Mei, who wishes to let her red panda loose. Mei's defiance unleashes her mother's own panda. Things get destructive, but once they get past the rage, Mei discovers the fear and sadness buried beneath her mother's domineering demeanor. Mei relates to her mother, together finding that neither has to be perfect.
I see you, Mei Mei. You try to make everyone happy, but are so hard on yourself. And if I taught you that, I'm sorry.
Number 13. Molt, A Bug's Life. We're not going to make a case for Hopper being a sympathetic villain. His brother Molt is another story.
Why go back to Ant Island at all? I mean, you don't even like grain.
What? You're right. I didn't think it was such a good idea myself. Actually, it wasn't even my idea. It was Axel and Loco's. They talked fancy to me. I got confused.
One could argue that Molt isn't truly a villain at heart. He merely fell in with a bad crew. More accurately, he was born into it. Despite having an abusive brother, it's implied that Molt at least had a caring mother. So much so that she made Hopper promise not to kill his brother.
I swear, if I hadn't promised Mother on her deathbed that I wouldn't kill you, I would kill you.
And believe me, no one appreciates that more than I do.
Shut up.
Hopper honored his mother's wish, which might be the only decent thing we can say about him. Even so, Hopper mistreats Molt every chance he gets. When a bird eats Hopper, we not only feel relief for the ants, but also Molt, who can pursue his true calling in the circus.
Yes, Mr. Flay. Yes, sir. Of course, sir. Right away, sir. And I just wanted to thank you for giving me a chance, because it's an honor to work with creative giants such as yourself. Shutting up.
Number 12. Zurg, Lightyear. Viewers were split on Zurg's characterization in this spin-off. He's not an emperor, he isn't Buzz's father, but rather an older Buzz from another timeline. And his reason for being called Zurg is pretty lazy writing.
Isn't that cute? Robots can't quite say Buzz, so around here I'm just Zurg. And I guess so are you.
Despite these divisive changes, this Zurg certainly meets the criteria of a tragic villain. He spent years trying to rewrite a wrong. Although it appears Zurg may be on the verge of completing his mission, Buzz finds that maybe his mistake wasn't a mistake.
I wasn't greeted as a hero. No, that new commander was going to arrest me for stealing the XL-15. I found a way to get them home, and they didn't even care. So I escaped.
Perhaps it was for the best, but Zurg does not see it that way. Zurg is a reflection of what Buzz's obsession and isolation can lead to. By fixating on the past, Zurg wastes the best years of his life, condemning himself to a bleak future.
You don't want to live like this, Buzz. Waking up with that same nightmare, haunted by your mistake. But you can finally let go of that, starting right now.
Number 11. Anxiety, Inside Out 2. Anxiety is another villain who's really more of an antagonist. Like it or not, anxiety is an emotion we all have to live with, and it can serve a necessary function.
We all have a job to do. You make Riley happy, sadness makes her sad, fear protects her from the scary stuff she can see, and my job is to protect her from the scary stuff she can't see. I plan for the future.
Anxiety shouldn't have exclusive control over a person, however. When anxiety bottles up Riley's other emotions and seizes headquarters, it's a meltdown waiting to happen.
Riley's life is more complex now. It requires more sophisticated emotions than all of you. You just aren't what she needs anymore, Joy.
How dare you, madam?
You can't just bottle us up! Oh, that's a great idea!
In Anxiety's eyes, she's doing what's best for Riley. Although we don't root for Anxiety, we can definitely identify with her. For some of us, she may actually be the most relatable character.
Anxiety, stop! You don't get to choose who Riley is.
What Anxiety is doing to Riley isn't good for her mental health, though. At the same time, Anxiety helps the others to see that Riley is becoming her own individual, one they must all embrace.
I was just trying to protect her. But you're right. We don't get to choose who Riley is.
Number 10. Chick Hicks, Cars. There's no doubt that Chick Hicks was a pretty terrible race car. He resorted to cheating and violence to win the Piston Cup, and was consistently selfish and arrogant.
That was some pretty darn nice racing out there.
By me! Welcome to the Chick Era, baby!
But his bad attitude and obsession with winning stemmed from insecurity. Chick was constantly in second place throughout his career. Yet even as the king was preparing to retire, Lightning McQueen, a rookie, was standing in his way.
Chick thought this was his year, Bob. His chance to finally emerge from the king's shadow. But the last thing he expected was Lightning McQueen!
You know, I don't think anybody expected this.
A perpetual runner-up, he just wanted to step out of the shadows and get his time in the spotlight. While none of this excuses his behavior, it makes it a bit easier to understand his motivations, however misguided they may have been.
Hey, how come the only one celebrating is me, huh? Where are the girls? Bring on the confetti! Ow! Ow! Easy with the confetti.
Number 9. Sid Phillips, Toy Story. To Woody and his friends, Sid was an evil mastermind.
You mean that happy child?
That ain't no happy child. He tortures toys just for fun.
Considering the way he decapitated and destroyed his toys, it's easy to understand why they feared him so much. However, Sid was just trying to cope with the pressures of being a kid by playing, aggressively no doubt, with objects he had no reason to believe were sentient.
Patient is prepped. No one's ever attempted a double bypass brain transplant before.
Plus, given the way the film implied his father was neglectful, his attention-seeking behavior made even more sense. There was no reason to think that Sid had malice in his heart, as evidenced by the terror on his face when he discovered toys were actually alive.
We toys can see everything.
So play nice.
Number 8. Mor'du, Brave. Mor'du the bear was once one of 4 human princes. Per his father's wishes, the land was to be split between him and his brothers.
They should be the pillars on which the peace of the land rested.
But he wanted it all for himself, so he went to a witch for help.
He demanded I give it the strength of 10 men, and he gave me this for a spell. A spell that would change his fate.
And did he get what he was after?
Oh, yes!
His beastly transformation ensued, and the kingdom was destroyed. Mor'du put his desire for power above everything, including his family. Thus, his fate as a bear, on the inside and out, became permanent.
Changed his fate. Oh no. The prince became...
It's a sad tale of a man who failed to realize what was important in life and lost everything as a result. His expression when Merida and Eleanor killed the bear and set his spirit free truly said it all. Number 7. Randall Boggs, Monsters, Inc. and Monsters University. In Monsters, Inc., Henry J. Waternoose and Randall Boggs made up a despicable team. The CEO, motivated by the need to keep the company going, wasn't given an in-depth backstory. However, Monsters University reveals that the evil lizard-esque monster, and Waternoose's partner in crime, wasn't always a villain.
Hey there, I'm your roomie. Name's Randy Boggs, scaring major.
Oh, Mike Wazowski's scaring major.
I can tell we're gonna be best chums, Mike.
Randall was actually a reserved student who was roommates and friends with Mike Wazowski. But when he joined the cool Roar Omega Roar monsters, he started acting like them.
Let's be honest, boys. You're never gonna be real scarers because real scarers look like us.
He lacked confidence and began to tear others down in a bid to be accepted. But when his camouflage backfires because of James P. Sullivan in the Scare Games, he is quickly tossed aside by his so-called friends. In that moment, Randall swore he'd never be seen as less than Sully again. It's actually quite tragic.
That's the last time I lose to you, Sullivan.
Number 6. Gabby Gabby, Toy Story 4. Gabby Gabby was an antique shop doll who wanted Woody's voice box because hers didn't work properly.
We gotta go.
You can't leave yet. You have what I need. Right inside there.
While her plan to get a working one was creepy and cruel, it's easy to sympathize with her. She was manufactured without a functional voice box, and longed to experience love and play like Woody had.
All I want is a chance for just one of those moments. I'd give anything to be loved the way you have.
She felt that her quote-unquote defect was standing in the way of that, so she was desperate to fix it. Yet even after she did, Harmony rejected her. By this point, Gabby Gabby doesn't feel like much of a villain anymore. In fact, everybody was thrilled when she found a little girl to comfort and create memories with in the end.
I'm Gabby Gabby. Will you be my friend? I'll help you.
Number 5. Charles F. Muntz, Up. Charles Muntz started off as an adored explorer who had the world at his fingertips. But when people doubted his discovery of a rare bird skeleton, he was dubbed a fraud.
No!
The organization strips Muntz of his membership.
So he vowed to find the species alive to prove himself, and fell off the map for years. Though he initially fooled Carl and Russell, they quickly realized he was consumed by this quest. Thus, he had grown rather evil.
Here they come, these bandits, and think the bird is theirs to take. But they soon find that this mountain is a very dangerous place.
He would do anything, including hurt them, in order to capture Kevin and get the recognition he felt he'd always deserved. That's just how desperate he was.
Enough! I'm taking that bird back with me, alive or dead!
Ultimately, Muntz missed out on building a life because he was stuck in the past, and it's unfortunate to say the least. Number 4. Stinky Pete the Prospector, Toy Story 2. The Prospector desperately wanted to be displayed in the Konishi Toy Museum, but that was only possible if Woody went too.
The museum's only interested in the collection if you're in it, Woody. Without you, we go back into storage.
So when the Star Sheriff decided to go home to Andy, Stinky Pete left his box in an attempt to stop him. It was assuredly evil, but he had been stuck inside his packaging his whole life.
Prospector, this isn't fair!
Fair? I'll tell you what's not fair. Spending a lifetime on a dime store shelf watching every other toy be sold.
He had never known the love of a child, so it's no wonder he was angry and distrustful of them. He genuinely believed they would destroy any toy, just to ultimately toss it aside.
Andy's growing up, and there's nothing you can do about it. It's your choice, Woody. You can go back, or you can stay with us and last forever.
Given Pete's story, it's not hard to understand why he felt the museum was his best and safest option. Number 3. Evelyn Deavor, aka Screenslaver, Incredibles 2. Evelyn Deavor tricked everybody by pretending to be an ally. In reality, she was pulling the Screenslaver's strings and plotting to ensure superheroes remained banned forever.
You can count on me anyway.
I'm supposed to, aren't I? Because you have some strange abilities and a shiny costume, the rest of us are supposed to put our lives into your gloved hands.
But her reason for hypnotizing them was a heartbreaking one. Her father, a huge fan of supers, called them for help one night. But when they couldn't save him, he was murdered. Evelyn hated that he relied on them instead of hiding in the safe room.
He died. Pointlessly. Stupidly. Waiting for heroes to save the day.
Thus, she used her technological prowess to take matters into her own hands. In ridding the world of supers, she hoped to make ordinary people more self-sufficient.
Our sweet parents were fools to put their lives in anybody else's hands. Superheroes keep us weak.
It's clear the trauma she suffered left some damage, so it's impossible not to feel for her. Number 2. Buddy Pine, aka Incrediboy, aka Syndrome, The Incredibles. Syndrome was initially just an eager little kid named Buddy who loved and admired Mr. Incredible. In fact, he was his biggest fan, and even went by Incrediboy.
No, you don't have to worry about training me. I know all your moves, your crime-fighting style, favorite catchphrases, everything. I'm your #1 fan.
But after repeatedly being told to leave his idol alone, Buddy went down a dark path. Though the supers were set aside by society, he didn't forget how he was rejected. Thus, Syndrome was born. He took his knack for building weapons to the next level, and plotted his revenge against the hero that made him feel small.
I was wrong to treat you that way. I'm sorry.
See? Now you respect me, because I'm a threat. That's the way it works.
At his core, Syndrome was nothing more than a child who felt ignored, and went to twisted lengths to be feared and respected. In this case, stan culture had some super devastating consequences.
Sure, it was difficult, but you are worth it. I mean, after all, I am your biggest fan.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Lotso Huggin Bear, Toy Story 3. When we first met Lotso, he seemed like a bear as cuddly and sweet as any we'd ever seen. Yet he was one of Pixar's cruelest villains.
Come on, guys, we're going home.
Whoa there, Missy. You're not going anywhere.
He was ruthless, but only because he suffered great pain and loss. He once had a wonderful relationship with a kid named Daisy. But things took a turn when he and some other toys were accidentally left at a rest stop. They traveled a great distance to get home to her, only to find she'd moved on with another Lotso bear.
Something changed that day inside Lotso. Something snapped. She replaced us. Come on.
He stopped believing in the bond between children and toys after that, and thus began his villainous journey to Sunnyside. If that doesn't make you hug your toys a little tighter, we don't know what will. Which Pixar villain do you empathize with? Let us know in the comments.